Hello everyone, DeckTrolls here. So today I was going to show you guys my Birdman deck, but we had some complications with the mail, so instead I will be showing you a prototype version of my Dinowrestler deck. So here we go. Got two Dinowrestler Pankertops. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Dinowrestler Pankertops once per turn this way. Quick effect, you contribute one Dinowrestler monster, then target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. You can only use this effect of Dinowrestler Pankertops once per turn. Got three Dinowrestler Stegosaur. If this card is special summon, you can add one Dinowrestler monster or one World Dino Wrestling from your deck to your hand. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, and your opponent controls more monster than you do, you can target one Dinowrestler monster in your graveyard except Dinowrestler Stegosaur, special summon it. You can only use each effect of Dinowrestler Stegosaur once per turn. Got two Dinowrestler Raptor. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. This card, this attack position card cannot be destroyed by battle. If this card is attacked, change it to defense at the end of the damage step. During the standby phase, if this card is in defense position, you can special summon one Dinowrestler monster from your deck. You can only use the effect of Dinowrestler Raptor once per turn. Two Dinowrestler Captera. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can target one monster your opponent controls, send it to the graveyard. You can only use the effect of Dinowrestler Captera once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can link as link material. You can link summon a. If this card is sent to the graveyard as link material for a link summon of a Dinowrestler monster, you can activate this effect. The link monster that used this card as material gains 1000 attack until the end phase. That's it for the Dinowrestler portion. We've got three more monsters. We've got one Miscellaneousaurus, because you can only use one. During either player's main phase, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. During this main phase, dinosaur monsters you control are unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. You can banish any number of dinosaur monsters from your graveyard, including this card. Special summon one dinosaur monster from your deck. With the level equal to the number of the monsters banished, you can activate this effect. Monsters banished to activate this effect, but destroyed during the end phase. You can only use the effect of Miscellaneousaurus once per turn. You have one Black Tyranno. If your opponent controls no cards except defense position monsters, this card can attack your opponent directly. And one Ultimate Tyranno. If this card is in attack position at the beginning of your battle phase, first, you can and must attack all monsters on your opponent's side of the field, each once with this card. So that's it for the monsters. Now I've got two World Dino Wrestling. While you control a Dinowrestler monster, each player can attack with only one monster during each battle phase. If your Dinowrestler monster attacks an opponent's monster, it gains 200 attack during the damage calculation only. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon one Dinowrestler monster from your deck. You can only use this effect of Dino World Wrestling once per turn. And now I have one Mist Body. The equipped monster cannot be destroyed by battle. One Gravekeeper's Servant. Your opponent must send one card from the top of their deck to the graveyard to declare an attack. Now this is important because since your opponent's only going to be allowed to attack with one monster, as long as you have your field spell and a Dinowrestler monster, that means their attack is going to be negated. Almost guaranteed. Yeah, they just have to pop your card for that to not work out for them. One Foolish Burial. Two Foolish Burial of Goods. Oh, right, I didn't explain. You already know, probably. So, your opponent must send one card from the top of their deck to the graveyard to declare an attack. Foolish Burial, send one monster from your deck to the graveyard. Foolish Burial of Goods, send one spell or trap from your deck to the graveyard. You can only activate one Foolish Burial per turn. This is important for your Dino World Wrestling, since you can banish it from your graveyard to special summon a Dinowrestler from your deck. Got two Fossil Dig. Add one level 6 or lower dinosaur type monster from your deck to your hand. Two Big Evolution Pill. Tribute one dinosaur monster to activate this card. This card remains face up on the field for 3 turns. 3 of your opponent's turns. While this card is face up on the field, you can normal summon or set dinosaur type monsters without tributing. Got 2 Tail Swipe. Select one face up level 5 or higher dinosaur type monster on your side of the field to activate this card. Select and return to the owner's hands up to 2 monsters that are either lower level than the selected monster or face down on your opponent's side of the field. 1 Terraforming to grab that Dino World Wrestling. 1 Shrink for when your opponent attacks into your monster. 1 Monster Reborn to special summon a monster from your grave. Did I make a mistake? I did make a mistake. Okay. I meant 2 Mist Bodies, not 1. So that's it for our spells. Now for our traps, you got... Let me just make sure this is right. Okay, it is. 1 Drowning Mirror Force. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, shuffle all your opponent's attack position monsters into the deck. 1 Compulsory Evacuation Device. Target 1 monster on the field, return that target to the hand. 2 Call the Haunted. Activate this card by targeting 1 monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target into attack position. When this card leaves the field, destroy the target. When that target is destroyed, destroy this card. 1 Bottomless Trap Hole. When your opponent summons a monster with 1500 or more attack, destroy that monster with 1500 or more attack, and if you do, banish it. Got 2 Survival of the Fittest. Target 1 dinosaur type monster you control. Equip this card to that target. It gains 1000 attack. When it does, an opponent's monster when it destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, the equipped monster can make a second attack on an opponent's monster in that row. This is important only because you want to be able to have multiple attacks. Since you can only have 1 monster attacking, you'll be able to attack multiple times in that same time. So that's pretty cool, in my opinion. 2 Parthian Shot. At the end of the battle phase, it becomes the end phase of the turn. That's pretty important to mess up your opponent's main phase 2 plays. Lastly, we got 2 Hunting Instinct. Activate only when a monster is special summoned to your opponent's side of the field. Special summon a dinosaur type monster from your hand. Now for the extra deck, I only have 2 Dinowrestler King T-Rexel. It requires 3 materials total, or 2 Dinowrestler monsters, but one of them has to be a Link 2. But yeah, all your materials have to be Dinowrestler monsters. It's Link 3. So if this card battles, your opponent cannot activate traps or spells until the end of the damage step. Your opponent's monsters cannot target monsters for attacks, except this one. At the start of your opponent's battle phase, you can target one attack position monster your opponent controls. At this battle phase, your opponent cannot attack with other monsters until that one has. And if it does not declare an attack, destroy it at the end of the battle phase. And then I have one Agave Dragon, which is a Link 4 and requires 2 or more monsters except tokens. So, if this card is Link summoned, you can apply these effects in sequence depending on the types of monsters in the graveyard. Skip over any that do not apply. You can only use the effect of Agave Dragon once per turn. So its effects are, you can inflict damage, 100 damage to your opponent for each dragon in your grave. This card gains 200 attack for each dinosaur in your grave. All monsters your opponent currently control lose 300 attack for each sea serpent in your grave. Or you gain 400 life points for each Wyram in your grave. Alright guys, so also I apologize for not having any sleeves on my cards right now. I haven't bought any. But yeah, this is my prototype Dinowrestler deck. Tell me what you would do. Tell me what you think. I have 100 plus decks, so there's going to be a lot of fun content coming your way, and all my decks are budget friendly. And be anticipating my Birdman deck, because it is very fun and it will be coming soon. So yeah, make sure to like and subscribe and have fun, guys.